Hello dear students, a very warm good morning to all of you and welcome in our biology session. So as we know in our biology session we are discussing about lesson that is nutrition in animals. So in this lesson already we have discussed about some digestive organs, we have discussed about the buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, and now today we will move for the next one part of the alimentary canal or next one part of the digestive system, that is nothing but what? The small intestine. Okay, so as we know, after the stomach the partially digested food comes into the small intestine, and the small intestine is highly coiled. You can see in the image how it is exactly. This small intestine is a highly coiled, and coiled is what? Entangled with each other, it is attached with each other. Okay, and its length is about 7.5 meter long. Okay, so see here we can see it is very small, but if you make it straight, then what is its length? It is what? 7.5 meter long. Okay, so the small intestine is a highly coiled and 7.5 meter long. Next one is that this small intestine helps, or whatever the digestion process is there, mostly the digestion process takes place, or the digestion of the food takes place in the small intestine only. Digestion process get completed in the small intestine only. Okay, so this small intestine receives the secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Now secretions means what? As we know that certain enzymes and the digestive juices are getting produced in our digestive organs. Okay, so in this way what we can say, the small intestine gets or receives the secretion, or we can say different types of the enzymes and the digestive juices from the liver and the pancreas, Also along with these secretions from the liver and the pancreas, the inner lining of the small intestine also secretes some digestive juices. So in this way what we can say that, so this small intestine receives the secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Also the inner lining of the small intestine secretes some digestive juices. Okay, so now what is meant by liver and what is meant by the pancreas? Let's discuss. So this liver and the pancreas, these are the certain glands which are present in our body. Okay, and they are also one part of the digestive system, but the thing is that they does not take the part directly for the digestion of the food. Okay, they does not take the part directly for the digestion of the food, but they helps to digest the food. Okay, So let's discuss about the liver and the pancreas. Liver, reddish brown gland. Okay, so see here the liver is nothing but what? Reddish brown gland which is situated to the upper side of the stomach towards the right side. Okay, to the right of the stomach and to the upside of the stomach there is one gland, that is what? Liver gland. So this liver is the reddish brown gland situated to the upper of the stomach on the right side. So here in the model you can see this is nothing but what? Liver. Okay, so this liver secretes one digestive juice, and the name of that juice is what? Bile juice. Okay, so the liver secreted one of the digestive juice, and the name of that juice is what? Bile juice. So what I said, liver secrete the bile juice, but it does not store that. Okay, so that bile juice get collected into the gallbladder, and bile juices get collected into the gallbladder, or we can say gallbladder stores the bile juice. Okay, gallbladder stores the bile juice. So this gallbladder is nothing but one sac-like structure. Here in the you can see here somehow it is what? One sac-like structure, and in that whatever the bile juices get secreted by the liver, it gets stored into this sac-like structure. And what is the name of that sac-like structure? That is what? Gallbladder. Now we will see the function. What is the function of the bile juice? So this bile plays a vital role in the digestion of fats. Okay, in the digestion of the fat. So with the help of the bile juice, the fats can get easily digested. Okay, so this is first one about, that is what? Liver. Now we will move for the second one gland, that is what? Pancreas. Okay. So that pancreas is cream color gland. The pancreas is cream color gland, which is situated below the stomach. Okay, so here you can see this is the cream color gland, which is situated, which is placed at the below the stomach. Next one, which type of the secretions are present in the pancreas? So that pancreas secretes the different types of the enzymes, or we can say the digestive juice or the pancreatic juice. So whatever the pancreatic juice are present in this pancreas, that juices acts on the carbohydrate, fats and proteins. Okay, so the pancreatic juice which are secreted by the pancreas are acts on the carbohydrate, fats and proteins and converts them into the simpler form. Okay, into the simpler form. So what I can say that pancreas is a cream color gland which is situated below the stomach. It secreted the pancreatic juice, and that pancreatic juice helps to convert the carbohydrate, fats and proteins into the simpler substance. Okay, so this is all about what? Liver and pancreas. After that, what happens? After that, as we know that the small intestine receives the secretion from the liver and the pancreas. But also what we have said that the inner lining of the small intestine also secretes some digestive juices. So after the getting secretion from the liver and the pancreas, at the end of the small intestine, what happens? The partially digested food now comes into the lower portion of the small intestine. Okay, so the partially digested food now comes into the lower portion of the small intestine, and where what happens? The completion of the digestion takes place, or the digestion process get completes in the lower part of the small intestine. Okay, so whatever the digestive juices are there in the small intestine, with the help of the digestive juices, the digestion process get completed at the lower portion of the small intestine. And what happens? While the digestion process, the CHO means what? Carbohydrate. This carbohydrate get converts into the simple sugar, while the fats get converts into the fatty acid and glycerol, and the proteins get converts into the amino acid. Okay, so these are the different components of the food, and the different components of the food get converted into the carbohydrate get converted into simple sugar, while the fats get converted into the fatty acid and the glycerol, and the proteins get converted into the amino acid. Okay, so in this way, at the lower portion of the small intestine, digestion process get completed. So up till now we have seen the two processes, that is what? Ingestion, taking the food inside, it is called ingestion. Then that food get digest, that is we are calling as what? Digestion. Now we see the absorption in the small intestine. So whatever the food get digested now comes into the small intestine, and what happens? How that food is getting absorbed in the body? So the inner lining of the small intestines are having so many thousands of finger-like structure. Okay, finger-like structures are there, which are called as what? Villi. Okay, so this villi help us to absorb the maximum digested food. That villi helps to increase the surface area of the small intestine, and that villi helps to absorb the maximum digested food. Now we talk about the singular singularly called as what? Villus. Each villus has a network of thin blood vessels near to its surface. So whatever the digested food is there, all get absorbed with the help of these villi, and it get transported to the blood, and with the help of the blood, now the digested food get transported to the whole parts of the body. Okay, so again I will repeat, absorption in the small intestine, exactly what happens? The inner lining of the small intestines are having the thousands of finger-like structure, which is called as villi. That villi help us to absorb the surface area of the small intestine and absorb the maximum digested food. Okay, each villus has the network of the blood vessels on its surface, which absorbs the food and get mixed into the blood, and with the help of the blood, that food get transported to the all the parts of the body. Okay, and now that food is utilized by our body to perform the different functions That process is called as what? Assimilation. That process is called as what? Assimilation. Okay, so whatever the food is get mixed in the blood, it get utilized by our body to form the complex substances and to produce the protein, and that protein is used to build up our body. Okay, so in the presence of the oxygen and the water, whatever the food we absorb or whatever the food get by our body, all that food get break down. Okay, all that food get break down and release the energy and carbon dioxide. That is only we are calling as what? Respiration process. And with the help of that our body gets the energy. Okay, so here we have discussed about the assimilation process. And after that, whatever the undigested food is there, that undigested food is get passed to the large intestine. The undigested food is passed through to the next organ of the alimentary canal, that is to the large intestine. So now we will discuss about the large intestine. This large intestine is wider and shorter than the small intestine. Wider, length is big than the small intestine. It is the wider and the shorter than the small intestine. What is its length? It is about 1.5 meter in length. Okay. So what is its function? Undigested food comes into the large intestine, and once the undigested food comes into the large intestine, there it absorbs the maximum water from the undigested food. Also it absorbs the salt from the undigested food and convert the undigested food into the semi-solid feces. Okay, and then that semi-solid feces passes to the end portion of the large intestine, which is called as what? Rectum. Which is called as rectum. So all the semi-solid feces collected in the rectum, and with the help of the anus, that all the undigested food is thrown out from our body time to time. Okay, so these are all the parts of the digestive system, and the food that we are thrown out with the help of the anus, it is called as what? Egestion. It is called as what? Egestion. So in this way we have discussed about the 5 processes: ingestion, digestion, then we have discussed about what? Ingestion first we have discussed, then we have discussed about digestion, then absorption, assimilation, and the last one is what? Egestion. Okay, so this is all about today. Today we have discussed about the small intestine, absorption in the small intestine. Also we have discussed about the large intestine. Okay, so this is all about today. Today we will stop here. We will meet in the next video with the next point. And for today, thank you.